Ethan, due to internal restructuring, your position has been eliminated. The words dropped like cold stone. 15 years of service, loyalty, and integrity, all reduced to a single emotionless line in a meeting room. My name is Ethan Morgan. I'm 48. I spent most of my professional life as the Director of Quality Assurance at one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the country. Until that Monday morning, I had never even received a formal warning. I wasn't just a manager. I was the firewall between the company's greed and the public's safety. Every pill, every injection, every test, my signature stood behind it. And that was the problem. Because I didn't just sign off on things, I asked questions. Especially when numbers started looking too perfect and testing processes too quick. Then the new management arrived. Buzzwords, polished suits, smiles that didn't reach their eyes. Efficiency became the god, and caution was the first sacrifice. I flagged a few inconsistencies, quietly at first, then more directly. But instead of answers, I got demoted from meetings, transferred off projects, and finally, dismissed. If any of this feels familiar, you're not alone. If this story hits close to home, drop your thoughts in the comments. You're not the only one. I left the office with a box of personal items. My son's handmade mug, a desk photo, a book on ethics. But they didn't know what else I carried out. Knowledge, copies, a digital history of every shady approval and missing report. I didn't go to the media. Not yet. First, I needed to be sure. And once I started digging, everything unraveled faster than I expected. There were batch releases with no QA logs. Safety test results copied from other drugs. A vendor WHO hadn't passed a single audit, somehow receiving priority contracts. I cross-referenced everything. Employee IDs, login times, approval chains. And there it was, one executive, late-night approvals, no oversight. I built a report, 72 pages long, with timestamps, screenshots, emails. Everything. Then I uploaded it to a secure cloud, under a dummy name. I reached out to someone I trusted. A compliance inspector I'd worked with during a tough FDA audit years ago. He'd always told me, the system fails only when good people give up. At the same time, I contacted 2 colleagues. WHO had whispered their regrets the day I was fired. We didn't agree with it, Ethan, they said. But we were afraid. Have you ever stood at the edge of truth and wondered, what would happen if you jumped? I did, and I jumped. What would happen if you jumped? I did, and I jumped. I sent the CEO a short message. Subject line, quality failures, immediate review. Attached, the first 10 pages of my report. He called within 45 minutes. We can resolve this internally, he said. I declined. You resolved it internally already. You resolved it internally already. Then came the threats. Breach of contract, legal action, reputation damage. But the data I collected was legal, and I'd kept it for exactly this moment. A week later, the health authority launched an investigation. Quiet at first, then sirens. Documents were seized. Computers taken. Questions asked. 2 days after that, I received a call. We had no idea. We want your help. Will you return? I said yes, under 3 conditions. I report directly to the board. I control the audit process. And I have the authority to override any executive. When I returned, I wasn't another employee. I was the system's conscience. And this time, no one could shut me out. As I walked the halls again, people stared. Not in fear, but with respect. One young analyst whispered, "You actually did it." I smiled. "No, I just did what was right." If this story moved you, leave a comment below. I read everyone. You're not just watching, you're part of this. Don't just watch stories like this, support them. Subscribe, like, share. This isn't the end, it's only the beginning. And trust me, we're just getting started.